Hey guys, Brittany here from Pennies into Pearls. Today we're gonna talk about how to get you on your dream vacation. Me and hubby just got back from the most amazing, there's no words to describe how awesome our trip was. We went on an 8-day vacation, just the two of us, to Costa Rica. Zip lining, volcano hikes, exotic animals. We set our goal, and in less than a year, 10 months after we became debt-free, not even an entire year, we were able to actually get on a plane and go and do this amazing vacation. And I wanna help you guys do the same thing. Does that sound like something that you wanna do? Today I'm gonna teach you guys 4 simple steps that you can take to start planning your dream vacation now. It doesn't matter your income, it doesn't matter where you are on your financial journey. I'm gonna share with you guys all the tips to be able to take advantage of all the amazing sales so that way you can do your dream vacation on a small budget. Welcome back, you guys. If you're new to this channel, you're gonna wanna consider hitting that subscribe button if you're interested in learning how to live your dream life on less. Here's where I teach you all sorts of ways to save money and different ways to be creative and manage your family's budget, whether you're a one income, multi-income, it doesn't matter. I wanna help you guys so that way you can actually live your life the way you want to. Also, you guys, don't forget to be following me on Instagram. I talk about it all the time, but that's only because I have so many ideas and so many things I wanna share with you guys. I just simply don't have the time right now to make a video for every single thing. But if you're following me on Instagram, I share really useful day-to-day frugal living tips, and then I also share deals that I'm seeing. All sorts of really fun things over on my Instagram stories and also just in my Instagram feed. So make sure that you're following me over there. All right, so this is the first video to our, I think it's gonna be about 8 parts of our Costa Rica trip. So today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys 4 simple steps to help you guys start planning your dream vacation. I'm also gonna show you guys the exact numbers that we spent on our Costa Rica vacation that we just went on. And this is July 2017. So just to give you reference, if you're looking back on this video at a future date. And then starting today, I will have a video almost every single day. I'll probably be skipping Sunday, but anyways, look for the links down in the description box below because once all 8 of the videos have posted, I'll be linking them down below. So today's video, all about budgeting, getting you to your dream vacation, and then videos 2 through 8, so there's a 7-day Costa Rica vlog. So excited to share this information with you guys because I 100% believe that you guys can go on this vacation or any vacation, pretty much anywhere that you want. It just takes some planning and some patience maybe. Okay. All right, step number 1. This is a big one, and it might take, where the time might come into play for some of you, but you need to be debt-free. Once you become debt-free, it starts to open up all sorts of doors. We were amazed how much money we were just throwing towards our debt, especially when we were in the hustle stage. I will leave a video linked down below and then also in the iCard up here for you guys, but I will leave a video to you guys kind of explaining our debt-free journey, so you might want to check that out if that's kind of where you're at as well. But that's step number 1, just make sure that you're debt-free. That is gonna make this trip possible for you guys. Step number 2 is we're gonna start narrowing down where you actually wanna go on your vacation. It's gonna start getting really fun right here. I hope you guys are getting excited with me. You're actually gonna make a top 10 list. And what I'm gonna do for you guys is link a video down in the description box. It's not my video, but I found this channel as we were planning, and they explain how to travel around the world on a really low budget. They also have some really amazing tips on how to choose a destination that is actually affordable. One of their tips is to choose a destination that is maybe a neighboring country or a neighboring city to a very touristy attraction. Get your paper in front of you, write down that list, and as you're going through this list, you're gonna do a little bit of research. This is gonna help you when it comes time to actually setting your exact budget for your trip. For each destination, there's 5 things that I want you to get an estimate of cost for. Flight, lodging, food, transportation, and excursions. Those are kind of the 5 big ones. In a minute, I'm gonna give you a lot more in depth once you actually choose your destination. Put a total with each destination of how much all of those 5 things are gonna cost per location that you're excited about. All right, so based off of that list that you just made, step number 3 is to choose which one of those you actually want to go to. Now, the reason I had you choose 10, you could do a top 5 list, and also having those costs lined up, because cost does play a factor into this. You could say, I'm gonna travel the world for an entire year. We're trying to be realistic here, and maybe you do want to do something like that, but that goal is going to be further down the line than maybe something that's a little bit more affordable. You'll be able to go maybe in the next year or 2. Now you've chosen your exact destination that you want to go to. Part of step number 3 is that we're going to make a very detailed budget for your vacation. You're going to try to think of as many expenses that you can think of that you're gonna run into when it comes time for you to actually be traveling. Now, I think I have a pretty in-depth, comprehensive list for you guys. I have a blog post that I do in coordination with every single video. So go check that out if you want something that you can actually print off and kind of have something to write on. But here they are just really quickly. First of all, if you're traveling international, you need to factor in the cost of passports or maybe renewing your passport. If you already have a passport and it's valid, make sure that you are checking that it doesn't expire, because a lot of countries will not let you enter if your passport expires in 6 months or less. Plane tickets. You might have to pay for airport parking if you are driving to the airport and not having somebody drop you off. Baggage fees, hotels, try to include as many fees. Sometimes if you go online and actually go through the whole reservation process before you put in your credit card information, it'll give you a pretty close idea of exactly how much money you're going to be paying as you swipe your card when you're leaving the hotel. Food, you want to be pretty comprehensive with this one because you want to involve your breakfast, lunch, and dinners, your travel days. That food's going to probably cost different than on the actual days you're in town. And then of course snacks and desserts and those kind of things. You want to include those estimates in your budget as well. Departure tax, that comes along with some countries. Car rental or maybe transportation costs. If you are renting a car, you're going to want to make sure that you get rental car insurance. Gas if you're traveling to and from the airport. Gas if you are renting a car. Souvenirs and kind of just miscellaneous things that you might be purchasing along the way. Also leave a separate budget for just excursions in general. And then don't forget that a lot of hotels and rental companies are going to need your credit card to hold a deposit that will be refundable. So now let's hop into the computer and I'm going to show you guys the exact breakdown of all of those little subcategories that I showed you guys that I want you to be planning for your vacation. I'm going to show you guys exactly what we spent on our 8-day Costa Rica vacation, but I'm hoping that this will give you an idea or a starting point on how you can do the same thing for planning your own vacation. Here is our Costa Rica budget. Now now pay attention that there's 2 columns. So this estimated cost is what you guys are going to be working on right now when you are setting your budget and starting the planning process of your vacation. That's exactly what we did and it worked like a charm. So this part is what you're going to be working on, but I wanted to show you what the actual costs were, and hopefully you can learn from our mistakes and kind of get a better idea on how to maybe overestimate. It's always better to come home with a little extra cash in your pocket than rather go out of country or go on your amazing vacation and run out of cash. So, okay, so let me show you guys. So here's the first thing. We went through a travel agency. Now, number 1, I don't 100% recommend the travel agency we went through. Their customer service just wasn't great. If you really want to know, just DM me or on Instagram. That's probably the best way to do it. So anyways, so here I kind of have a travel package where I don't know the exact breakdown for each of these, but I still listed them out because I want you guys to be listing out every single thing that you can think of when it comes to planning your vacation. Okay, so let's go through these just really quickly. I'm just going to go through the actual cost, but you guys can keep an eye over here on the estimated cost to kind of give you an idea of what we estimated and what we actually paid. So our exact travel package, that was easy because I just called the travel agency. They said this is what it's going to cost, but what that included was 7 nights in a hotel, which included 7 breakfasts. So every day our breakfast was included. And then 3 of those days at the one resort, all of our meals were included. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then even snacks at the bar. All that stuff was included. A canopy tour, which is like a zip line, that was included. A guided volcano hike, that was included. SUV rental, that was included, but not the insurance and none of the fees, that wasn't included. 2 two airplane tickets, round trip included, and then all of the taxes and fees to go along with that as well. We had to purchase passports for the first time and do all that stuff. So for the two of us, it cost $270 total. Then there is a departure tax. I don't know if that goes for, oh, I didn't include that. Oh, you know, okay, so I was confused on this departure tax. I think that we might have been charged that through the airlines one time. I just don't really know where that came into play, but we were told to do departure tax $29 per person. I don't know if that's how it is in all countries, but Costa Rica, that's how it is. I just didn't see that $29 per person come out anywhere, so I don't know. Then rental car insurance. This was a big thing. We were planning $200 because that's kind of what the travel agency said we could expect, but we did decide to go and get the extra coverage. $200 covered like up to a certain amount and had all these different regulations. So we bumped it up to the $300 rental car plan. And that pretty much covered anything and everything that happened. We wouldn't have to pay anything out of pocket, which it made us feel a lot more comfortable driving in a country, especially when there's crazy drivers. No one follows the rules in Costa Rica, so that was crazy. You guys will see what happened. On day one, something happened when we were driving around. You're going to want to see it. Okay, we spent about $60 in gas getting to and from the airport in the US, and then also traveling around Costa Rica. Then airport parking, we spent $96. Baggage fees, we spent $100. Souvenirs and miscellaneous, we actually only ended up spending about $50. So that was a nice little change. And then food, so our travel days, you can see that we spent a little bit more. I really underestimated how much it was going to cost to buy food in the airport. So $100, that was 2 travel days for us. And then 3 lunches in Costa Rica cost us about $85, and then 3 dinners in Costa Rica cost us about $135. Pay attention in the vlogs. I explain a lot more on how we could have saved way more money than we actually spent. And then $60 in snacks. Again, watch the vlogs. And then extra $115, which you'll hear again in the end on what I would do different. We ended up paying to go on a couple different destinations. So like you had to pay to go visit this one waterfall, and then we ended up doing this loop that goes over a bunch of whole different hanging bridges, and that cost $55. And then we did get ripped off when we were in Costa Rica. So I think that happens around day 5 or 6. So look for that in the vlog to see how we got ripped off of $30. Not too bad, but it did make me a little bit sad. All right, so you guys can see that our estimated total was $3,800, and we ended up paying $39.42. Now we have a pretty good idea of how much money you need to go on your dream vacation. Step number 4 is going to be to figure out how much money you need to be putting aside every single month, and then set your departure date. To be able to figure out how much money you need to be putting aside every single month, you first need to know how much money you are able and or willing to set aside into savings every single month. Are you willing to hustle a little bit more? Are you willing to maybe get a night job just to temporarily, just to be able to start building your vacation fund a little bit quicker? Those are all things to keep in mind when we are working on step number 4. Now take that number that you're willing to put aside every single month. So let's say you're willing and able to set $100 every single month into your vacation savings plan. Take your total vacation budget amount, that number of all of your expenses that we estimated, and divide that by how much money you're able to put into your savings account every single month. So if that number is 100, and let's say your vacation is going to cost you $3,000, you're going to take $3,000 divided by 100. That number that you get is going to be how many months it's going to take you at minimum to reach your savings goal. And you'll probably want to give yourself a couple months leeway, because at least for us, things come up and we are not always able to reach our savings goal every single month. So give yourself some space when it comes time to actually booking and planning out your vacation. There you have it. Those are the 4 steps that you need to take. It's not complicated. It's no secret. But if you take those 4 simple steps, I can bet There is nothing that's gonna stop you from going on your dream vacation. There's two things that I would do different in planning our international vacation next time. The first thing I would do different is that I would plan it ourselves. Now this Costa Rica vacation, like I mentioned before when we were on the computer, that we actually paid a travel agent. Well, that was because we've never been out of country. We just didn't feel comfortable doing that type of thing. But now I feel a little bit more comfortable and I know kind of how to read the reviews and what to look for online, things like that, how to translate websites, all that stuff. So I feel a little bit more comfortable in doing that. So that would be one thing I would do a little bit different. And I think I'd be able to save a little bit more money searching out those really, really great deals on my own. The second thing I would do different is I will be budgeting more money on our next vacation for excursions. Especially when traveling internationally, I feel a lot more comfortable paying a guide who knows what they're doing, who knows what they're talking about, who knows where they're going, and those guides have really cool information that they can share with you, kind of more of the behind the scenes local take on where you're at. Guys, I want to know, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Leave that down in the comments below, and I'm so excited to start chatting with you guys about this. And of course, let me know any questions you guys have about our vacation, about planning a dream vacation on a budget. Leave those all down in the comments below. Again, you guys, don't forget to check all the links down below. Don't forget to follow along and hit that subscribe button. I have a bunch of vlogs for you guys coming your way, all about our dream vacation in Costa Rica. It was amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see it. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends. That helps me out a lot, and that's gonna help your friends out, because who doesn't want to go on their dream vacation? And don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new here. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!